James at Living Gardens Homestead. Uh, I know you all have heard it time and time again, and you're probably sick and tired of hearing it, but these food shortages that are going to be happening, uh, believe me when I say that we're going to have a food shortage here in 2023. Uh, the reason why I say that is just like last year, our farmers uh, chose not to plant corn because corn requires so much nitrogen, and the fertilizer was so expensive and shortage of it that they decided to plant something else besides corn. So our percentage of corn that was planted was less, and corn is used in a lot of stuff as ingredients and stuff, and that's going to throw a shortage and all that stuff. Now, I'm not going to say we're going to be starving, uh, but there's going to be shortages of certain things. And not only that, we may starve because we can't afford the food at the store. Inflation's not over with. We're getting ready to get some good inflation going, and it's going to be high uh, to the point to where people probably won't be able to afford to buy the food. Not only do I say that for that reason, they also, in this $1.7 trillion bill that they passed, it states in there that they are going to uh, stop the excess, the extra uh, food stamps, or I forget what they call it. They don't call it food stamps no more, but they're going to stop at pandemic part of it. So therefore, these extra food stamps that people were getting to get food, that's going to go away. So that's going to make it harder for them to buy food. And this election going on for the Speaker of the House, I don't know if you all been watching it or not, but I think this is day 3 that they cannot come to agreement on who to be Speaker. And until they can get a Speaker of the House, they can't do any other business. That's the first order they have to do. They have to get a Speaker of the House. And the reason I bring that up is it, this has not happened in about 100 years. And the reason I'm saying that, if you go back, this happened in 1923. Shortly after that is when we had the Great Depression. It looks like everything's pointing right back at what we went through then. Did we not learn our lessons back then so that we wouldn't repeat history? But I guess we're going to repeat history. Uh, right now, if you'll look at some of your news, which a lot of them's not putting a lot of this stuff out, but a lot of your tech companies now, they're the ones that created a lot of these jobs in the past few years. A lot of these tech companies are laying off people now. Amazon just announced that they're going to lay off a bunch of people. What you don't understand is during the Great Depression, when times were hard for the old timers, uh, everyone wasn't laid off. Everyone didn't have a job. It wasn't that way. There was like 1 out of 4 people didn't have a job. Now, it's a good possibility that it may be worse this time around. These companies, with these high interest rates that they're raising to try to control the inflation, is stopping a lot of these companies from borrowing money to keep their companies in the black. So therefore, they're going to go into the red. And the only way they can make that up is to lay people off. Labor is one of the highest costs to a business. And I just thought I'd let you all know that I see inflation getting worse. I see job losses coming this year, and it's going to be hard for people to afford food. And if you can, try to stock you some food back to do you at least between jobs. Uh, I don't want to be a doom and gloom person, but people, our old timers taught us how to survive this stuff. If we do what they did, we can survive. And I know this younger generation has never been through too much, like some of us in my generation have. Uh, when you get laid off, sometimes when you get laid off, it's during bad times and other places ain't hiring, and it's hard to find another job. And between jobs, you need food. Uh, you know, this it's never easy. Through my entire life, things have not been easy. But how I survived was thinking back about how my grandparents and them survived through them hard times they had. And I'm telling you, they survived, but it wasn't easy. It was hard. You've got to put a lot of hard work into it. But you know, this spring, if you can get seeds now, I'd say get them because they may come up short this spring on the choices that you might have. But uh, put you a garden in this spring. Put you some stuff back. Uh, During this cold spell, I learned where I was short on some things. And I told Jen, I said, our furnace won't run without electricity. And if we have a power failure and our generator don't back us up, then we're going to be hurting the next round. So I've fixed the generator so that it'll work. I didn't know it wasn't going to work the last round, but it didn't. And now it does work. But I went and got a 30,000 BTU, one of those indoor gas heaters. And the reason I did that is it does not require electricity to work. So now we've got that as a backup if we need that. So, you know, people, I don't like spending money unnecessarily, but when it comes down to protection, to protect me and my family, I'm going to spend the money for that instead of things that I want. And that's one thing I've learned through life. Spend your money on things wisely. And just like the dollar, it's getting worth less and less. I don't know if you've been to the store lately, but everything is more expensive. Everything. We go to Rural King and buy some of our stuff, and I'm telling you, a lot of that stuff has just almost doubled in price, and it's going to get even worse this year. Just wait and see, but prepare for it. Uh, you know, I worry about people. I worry about you all. You know, it's hard trying to prepare if you don't have the money and stuff, or if you don't have the land to raise your food and stuff. But do what little you can do, and it'll help you a lot, believe me. But anyway, if you don't care, please like, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and share our videos. But thanks a lot. This is James from Living Gardens Homestead, and goodbye.